عن أمير المؤمنين أبي حفص عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول إنما الأعمال بالنيات وإنما لكل امرئ ما نوى. So this, mannerisms, like, as you can see, it's covering everything, every part of the religion. But here, when it comes to seeking knowledge, it's very, very important for a student of knowledge to uphold the mannerisms of a student of knowledge. And the more you uphold these mannerisms and these etiquettes, the more you will benefit, the more you will learn. And bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, in this program that we have, you might have seen the names of all of the books. The first book that we are going through is a book in this topic, which is the adab of talib al-ilm, the etiquettes of a student of knowledge. And this will, inshallah, give us a baseline, a foundational structure and how to conduct ourselves and how to study and how to learn the remaining books. And then inshallah, once we complete that, if students are still serious, we can do a level 2 and we go to the bigger books, inshallah. Right? But that's only if you're consistent and if you're serious. If you guys start being absent after a lesson or two, then khalas, we're just going to stop it. Right? But if you're serious, no problem, we'll do whatever you guys want. We'll go to any big book that you guys want. But the condition is, these mannerisms of a student of knowledge have to be upheld. Now, just before I mention the book that we're going to go through, inshallah, mannerisms, to help us understand it a bit more, generally, when it comes to the etiquettes of a student of knowledge, these etiquettes, these mannerisms, can be split into 6 categories or 6 topics. So even in this book that we're going to take right now, that we'll take today, inshallah, all of these mannerisms can be placed in one of the following 6 topics. And if you understand these 6 topics, you'll understand the meaning of adab, mannerisms of a student of knowledge, a lot better. The first is the mannerisms of a student with himself. The mannerisms of a student of knowledge with himself, so how he conducts himself. And if you have knowledge, then it has an effect on you as a person. Right? And you can see that. If you see a doctor, but he's, and you know that this guy's a doctor, he's respected, but then he's speaking like a roadman, you're going to look at him funny, right? Why? Because the knowledge that he has is not befitting for him to be acting in that manner. So likewise over here. Number 2 is the mannerisms that you have with your teachers. So this way of speaking to your teachers. They're not your friends. They're not, a general person that you're just going to crack jokes with left, right and center. No, they're your teachers, and there's etiquettes that you have with your teachers. There's etiquettes that you have in the way that you ask a question. For example, one time Shaykh Salih al-Usaymi, he was in a hadith lesson, and in the lesson, the student, when he recites the hadith, he recites in a tune, because if you're reading a big book, right, to recite it slowly all the time in, you could see, like a monotone voice, it's difficult to finish the book quickly. So the student was reciting quick. So he would recite something along the lines of عن أمير المؤمنين أبي حفص عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول إنما الأعمال بالنيات وإنما لكل امرئ ما نوى. So as you can see, it sounds nice and you're just enjoying and you read along, and that way you can read a lot in a short period of time, and it's enjoyable to listen to as well. So one student, he sent a letter, he wrote his question down, and he said to the Shaykh, please tell the brother reciting to not recite the hadith like that, because he's copying the Quran. He shouldn't recite hadith like Quran. The Shaykh became angry. He said, firstly, that's not how you ask a question. Right? You don't tell me what to do. Right? If you're going to tell me what to do, you're the Shaykh, you teach. What you do is that you make it into a question. There's ways, we're going to go through some of them. You start by making dua for the Shaykh. Right? May Allah bless you, may Allah be good to you, whatever the dua is. And then you ask it as a question that you want some guidance from. That Shaykh, I've noticed he's reciting like this. It seems like, he's reciting the Quran. Is that something permissible? Are the rulings of tajweed specific to only the Quran and not allowed to be applied to the Sunnah or to any other Arabic speech? You ask it as though you want an answer. Right? And the third thing the Shaykh said is the reason for that is because, especially in this example, you're wrong. He's not copying the Quran. You think every single tajweed rule is specific to the Quran? Tajweed is how the Arabs would speak. That's why a lot of the rules came. Yes, some are specific to the Quran and some not. And then he started quoting Ibn Hajar and other ulama, and how they say it's mustahab, it's recommended to recite hadith like that. Right? So the point is that there's etiquettes to everything. Right? And that's why you find many of the Salaf, and some of these stories will come. If the Salaf came to their class and they saw that the students weren't even sitting properly, they would leave. They would say, you guys need to learn manners, and they would just go. They wouldn't teach them. And who is the one being harmed? Not the teacher. The teacher's learned. Right? He's going to go and do something else and benefit from his time. Who's the one being harmed? The one being harmed is the student. He's not learning.